Yo, what is up, everybody? I'm just gonna give it like 5 minutes or so, let everybody kind of log on, and then we're gonna have a really good stream today talking about this new indicator. It's a volatility indicator based off of the average true range and the chandelier exit indicator. And I'm finding that just testing it in the market right now, it's allowed me to find a ridiculous amount of coins in a very short period of time. And in the bull market, you can just imagine when coins are doing thousands of percents a week, how this is going to help you. So let's give this just a little bit more time. What's up, everybody? Thank you very much for joining me, regardless of where you are in the world and what time it is, especially on a Christmas Eve. So this new indicator, I'm very excited to test it in the actual bull market. Like, this was a precursor to the bull market. Like, this is nothing compared to what you are going to see in a real bull market when coins are trending much more than right now. Like, right now we're getting the vibes of kind of like early 2017, maybe late 2016, or even sometime like late 2020 leading up into a bull market. But I still believe we're still far away from an official bull market. Like, to me, the definition of an official bull market would be when all coins are trending above the 200 EMA. They're all trending above at least the daily chandelier exit indicators volatility. And every coin that drops, you have an opportunity to buy the dip, and it's pretty much guaranteed to go up. So as long as Bitcoin is within that halving period, okay, Bitcoin reaches a halving period, which is an anchor point, and every single time it reaches a halving, it rallies for pretty much 520 days on average. So from this April halving, if you take a look at 500 days, it's somewhere, I can't do the math, like how many months is that, guys? Okay, we'll just say 520 days, divide that by an average of 30 days. So that's 17 months. So take April plus 5 months, April, May, June, July, August, September. So you can give or take sometime between September to October, or September to December rather. I'm just gonna guess that's where the bull market will most likely end in 2025. If you have missed last live stream talking about the fundamental factors and the metrics, actually, like on-chain metrics, that's telling us, like, for example, stock to flow, for example, fear and greed index, the risk aspect ratio right now, and what other metrics did we take a look at? Well, previously we looked at drawdown as well. So if you take a look at a lot of the metrics, it's pointing towards a bull market in 2024, 2025. I think that anybody who says, oh, everyone's just bullish right now, and because they're bullish, I'm going to be bearish. Like, even some professional traders believe this is just a hype train, or professionals on Twitter rather, right? But they're not researching for 12 hours a day like most professionals out there that are really in the market with multi-million-dollar portfolios. Like myself, for example, I'm highly invested in the market, and I'm spending 12 hours a day working, either trading or learning about the market and the cycles and what's going on fundamentally. So, be careful who you trust is what I'm saying, all right? I truly believe that we are leading into a major bull market because of all the factors in the previous video. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. It's basically the last video that I posted here. I'm just going to show you guys it really quickly. It's going to catch you up quite quickly. December 23 live market scan and update. But I didn't really do a market scan. So this new indicator, let's jump into it right away, okay? This is a volatility. I'm just gonna copy this to a notepad to make it easier because I have my cameras there. So this is a volatility based indicator, and what it does is it's based on the average true range and the chandelier exit indicator that has a table that lights up green when certain parameters are met. And these are parameters that I define for myself. And I want to be very clear that this indicator is not available to the public. It is only for the people that have been enrolled in my new emergency bull market survival guide. And this indicator is an invite only indicator. So it's not available to the public. The source code will never be available to the public. It is invite only. So in the new year, on January the 1st, to everybody that is in the emergency bull market survival guide, DM me. I will be happy to invite you to the indicator to join it. So this is what you want to do, okay? In the bull market, what you want to do is this. You want to find a way to find a coin to trade like immediately. You don't want to waste your time looking for coins to trade. You don't want to use that crypto screener all the time because it's not an accurate indication of volatility. The crypto screener is the most fundamental way of scanning for a coin. And I have to admit that I was using it for a really long time. And over the years, you have to develop a more efficient method to find the coin to trade. For example, back in 2017, I would scan every coin individually and I would just look for like high RSI or low RSI coins. Literally, that's what I did. And then in the previous bull market, I was using something called, what was that site again, guys? Crypto Loom. Crypto Loom had tables that sorted RSI and movements by percentages for varying time frames. Okay, that was okay. But then if like the one flaw is if you're on the 4-hour time frame, right, and it says 2%, right, you got to do that math in your head. Like, when did that 4-hour candle just close? So it could have been 1 hour after the 4-hour candle close, or it could have been 3 hours and 50 minutes after the 4-hour close. So I needed a better way to track exactly what was volatile over a specified period of time. And then I started using Crypto Screener when I was lazy just to go towards the most volatile coin of that day, which one was moving the most percentage-wise. But that still didn't help because what about the other coins that are correcting right now that have done major movements prior? So I had to develop an indicator that was for my preference. And once I explain it to you, you guys are really you can make this indicator yourself if you want. It'll probably cost like $1,500. That's what it cost me to make it because I had to fine tune many points. So, but you can just have this indicator for DMing me. There's a January special right now or New Year's special that will get you my course, that will get you a lifetime membership to my trading group and this indicator for much less than $1,000. So think of it that way. Okay. So I'm going to talk to you guys about how to use this indicator. So it's got 3 columns. You see it here? It's got the bullish, this trend column, the SLR column, which stands for stop loss range, and also a range column. So the first column here, it's a bullish or bearish trend column, and you can set it over a specified period of time. For example, if you choose a 7-day trend, this column will light up green on the time frame you're on if it is trending above the chandelier exit support. So just as an example, like this is going to help you quickly identify a bullish trend. So just as an example, if you double click on the indicator, okay, you can set the period. So on here, I have the period set for, or the trend period set for 7 days. So this 7 days is shown by this white line here, okay? So this is the 7 days. So if I chose, for example, 14 days, the white line is going to move back. But watch what happens if I choose 14 days now. This does not show up green anymore because in the 14-day period, it did not trend above the 4-hour chandelier exit indicator. So you can choose whichever day you want. But for example, if I go to a daily chart, 14 days back for a 14-day period, it's trending bullishly. So it's going to show green. Does that make sense? Okay, so this, you can play around with it and you can just imagine the different types of applications out there that's going to allow you to quickly find trades. So it's an indicator that requires you to be very creative as well. So I default set mine over a period of 7 days. Okay, so that's the first column. The second column is called the SLR or the stop loss range. And this can be specified as well. This is the difference in the price range between the current price and the chandelier exit band. For example, when you set it to 5%, if the price is within 5% of the chandelier exit indicator's band, the column will light up green. Okay, this will help you identify a coin that can potentially be at a support on any time frame. So just for example, right now, I happen to be on SEI, Saycoin. So what we see right away is, okay, check mark. It's bullishly trending above a 7-day period on a 4-hour. And check mark, I have it set so that it's going to tell me if it's within, for example, 5%. Okay, so the 5% here is measured, or this right here, the 2.45 is measured from where the price currently is to the chandelier exit indicator support. So this is 2.5. You can see that. The point of this is that when this shows up green on here, and by the way, the cool thing about this that I added, this took a while to do, okay, is this. You can right click on it. You can set an alert on here as well, okay? So if you wanted to set an alert on here, okay, for example, if I go to bullish trend, I could choose anything. I could choose one of them, two of them, or all three. So if I want all three of them to pop and show up on this specified settings right now, that's it. I just set the alert here. And then if all of these happen to light up green, then it's going to notify me. Boom, just like that. So this is really useful when you want to be notified of a coin that's closing into this support. So what we see on SEI is that this coin right here is, okay, it's bullish. It's within 5% close to this support possibility. And what the range column does, okay, this range column is awesome because do you remember before I was talking about that 4-hour? Like if you go to, for example, like the crypto screener, okay? You go to the crypto screener and you're looking at something that's like changing within the 4-hour. The crappy thing about this 4-hour is this. It measures the 4-hour candle, not after 4 hours total. Okay, it just looks at the 4-hour candle. So if the candle of the 4-hour just closed, all of this would default back to 0. That's really crappy. But what this actually does, just like, for example, the weekly, at the end of the close on like, for me, it's Monday at 3 in the morning, right? For Canada, where I was at, it's at Sunday, like at 7 p.m. or something, right? The weekly candle, it resets to 0. So you can't look at the previous week and be like, which coin is volatile? But what this SLR does, okay, this range, what it does is the range column measures the price range between the specified trend, like I'm talking about from 1 up here, and the current price now. For example, if the trend is set for 7 days and the range column, it measures the price from the opening of 7 days to the current price now. So there's an option to set this for when it's going to light up green. So let's just give you an example, okay? So if I set this trend period for 14 days, okay? 14 days, and let's just say that I'm looking for a range of something over 25%, okay? So now I'm looking for a period of 14 days, which is basically from here, okay? It takes the close of the candle, the open of the candle. So the open of the candle is here, right? And now it's gonna measure over the 14 days to where the price is right now. And this says 30% on my mouse here and 30% there. So this tells you what the volatility is like or what the range is like. This is going to allow you to find the coin that has the largest range. So you can mix and match these parameters to look for a coin that's maybe trending bullishly above a certain chandelier exit indicator. You can set it so that it's maybe getting close to the SLR, or you can even set the SLR for something like, right? You can use the SLR. Okay, it's not going to light up green, but you can look for something that's greater than, for example, 15%. Okay, so if it's greater than 15%, for example, right, you can be like, okay, then it's really extended far away from the chandelier exit indicator. And because it's so extended, maybe I should look at this coin because there's a possibility of a continuation or vice versa, a possibility of a short coming up as well. So there's many different ways you can mix and match these options. So in a bull market, you don't have to choose a specific time frame. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose, for example, you create a brand new list. Okay, you go to. I'm just going to take every single coin off of my watch list to make it easy for you guys. Okay, I'm just going to take all of this off, and we're going to do it from the beginning, completely from scratch, so you guys have an idea of how it's trending. Okay, so I've got 3 categories really. Or one category is where it's trending above the 4 hour, okay? It's trending above a chandelier. It doesn't have to be a 4 hour, but we're gonna leave it at 4 hour for the purposes of this video. And then the next category is coins that are trending and rallying, okay? And the next category is gonna be coins that are correcting. So you're gonna be able to find almost immediately in about 20 minutes where all the coins should be categorized. Okay, so I'm just gonna give you an example of a few. So I'll just go to alphabetical order, and now I'm gonna set my parameters to a 7-day trend. Okay, I'm gonna keep it to, for example, a 5% here, and this one is irrelevant for now. Okay, it's irrelevant for now, but I'll just keep it at 20. So right now, what I'm gonna do is just click on this first coin. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out my chart a little bit further so I can get a good view, maybe for the whole month, right? But really what I'm looking for is, see this dotted line? I have an alert here I'll remove. I probably shouldn't make this white. I should probably make this blue because white looks like an alert. So you can change the color of that alert line if you want to. You can change the transparency if you want. You can change the positions of this chart and also the size of it as well. So lots of customization options. You can change it to top right if you want to, up there. You can change it to a small setting if you want, right here. So it's really up to you. So there's a lot of interface customization, just the basic things, right? I like mine in the bottom right. That's for me, okay? I'll keep mine on large just so you can see it as well. You can still also set the ATR period as well and the multiplier. So there's a lot of things you can do. You can even set it so that the bar, it waits for confirmation after the close if you want, okay? And these are the default settings for the chandelier exit. These are the ones that I decided to add in here. And if you don't want this dashboard to show, you can also just remove it if you don't want to use it for now and just use the standard chandelier exit indicator. So lots of customizations you can do. So now this blue line, you can see right here, it's kind of vague. Let's make it a little bit brighter maybe, something like that. Okay, so this blue line here, what you're seeing now is, okay, this is where it begins, okay? So we're zoomed out. This is where the blue line begins, and we're looking for a coin that's trending green. And if it trends green, oh, did you guys notice how there's also a bearish section as well? So I've created this not for just a bull market, but also for a bear market as well. So you can look for possible continuations. So for example, on the flip side of the bearishness, if this was set to, for example, like 2%, okay? This is 14% away from here, okay? See, do you guys see this? This is 14% away from there, right? So right here, if you set it, for example, 3%, it'll also look for coins that are very, very close. And this actually measures the range. It measures on the negative side as well, okay? So this range is gonna tell you, okay, from this candle 14 days ago to right here, it's about 8 point something percent, okay? So you can see the different, you gotta be creative and think about the applications for the bull market, right? Or sorry, for the bear market as well. Imagine how many coins you would be able to find in the, like, let me just give you an example. I can just think of one at the top of my head. Okay, let's just say I go to like a bear market, okay? I go to a bear market and I set my parameters, okay? Like for example, let's see if I can do that. I set my parameters for something like over here. Okay, let's see if it'll work. Okay, let's see if it'll, and I'll set something like within, I don't know, 15% or something, okay? So notice right here, as soon as it gets close, I don't know how close that was, but let's go a little bit closer. Let's say I go to 8%. We identify the chandelier exit that was very bearish, okay? That was holding the main time. We're like, oh, okay, well, maybe the 2 day is holding. Wow, it got to the 2 day again, okay? It got to the 2 day again. And then we're gonna be like, okay, well, next time it gets close to that 2 day chandelier exit indicator, I wanna be notified if, first of all, these two columns light up, right? So you set the SLR for something close, for example, 7%, for example, okay? You set your alert, and then once you set your alert, it's gonna, and both of these show up red, you're gonna get an alert right over here, okay? On the side. And then you're gonna be like, okay, well, maybe this is gonna be a really good entry to short it because it's going to continue, right? So that's in a bear market. But in a bull market, the exact same thing will apply, okay? So I'm gonna go to I'm going to start showing you guys how we scan for the market. Okay. So, and yeah, Sir Hat, I will definitely, it's Christmas, it's the holidays. Not everybody celebrates Christmas, but I'll give you guys a great deal on, first of all, the indicator, which comes with the course, which cost me over $1,500 to design, 1,500 Canadian dollars, and about 3 weeks of a lot of time, just small little things. You guys will get the course as well and lifetime Discord membership. Just DM me. I'm feeling very generous. So it's just to make up for my time, right? That's why I have to charge for Discord. I'm working there, right? I'm creating a lot of content for people. The course took a crap ton of time to make as well. And I value myself and my time. And I think that if you pay for something, okay, if you pay for something, it's definitely worth a lot more than getting something for free. Do you understand that? Because the value of your service is going to be reflected by the price that you pay as well. I mean, if you were getting free content, I would imagine it would suck compared to somebody producing high quality content, respecting themselves, and actually charging for it. You know, that makes a lot more sense to me. That's why lawyers can be very expensive, or you can get a cheap lawyer if you want, right? One of my buddies, he got caught for stuff and he's going to jail for 10 years. Do you really think he wants a free lawyer from the government? No, he's fighting it. He's paying for the best lawyer right now. He's going to pay premium for the best lawyer in town. And that's how you should also see content, educational content. If you want to learn from a successful trader that has been in the game for 9 years, you're also going to purchase his content and respect his time because you know it's going to be worth it, right? Just to give you some perspective on that. So what I do first is I click on Bonk. Okay, I'm going to zoom out a little bit, maybe give a few days so I can see. Bonk is pretty new. So from that green line, actually I'm going to go on the 4-day. My bad. So zooming out a little bit. From this period here, this is 7 days, okay? 7 days. I want it to be green. And all you gotta do is click on the first coin here, then just keep pressing down. Okay, just keep pressing down until this column is gonna be green. And then we're gonna move it later. And then we're gonna categorize it and we're gonna move it to which coins are both green and hitting the SLR, say within 5%. Because then after that, you're going to say to yourself, okay, I just found a coin that's trending above the 4-hour. And I found a coin that is also above, very close to the Chandelier exit indicator, which may be a support. But it doesn't have to be the 4-hour time frame. It can be on any time frame that you choose. For example, it can be on a 15-minute time frame if the day is volatile enough. It just depends on you and how much time you want to put into the market. The reason I'm using 4-hour is to look for more long-term trends that you can catch. So, and also after you go through your list, by the way, always update your watch list using sandwich.finance. See the site there? Download your watch list every week or two. This way it's going to allow you to always have the most up-to-date information. So then we haven't found a single coin yet that's bullish above the 4-hour. Okay, so look how fast you're going. Boom, we found one right away. I will add this to my purple list. Okay, and then I'm just gonna keep going. It takes about 1 second a coin. Boom, another coin here. Okay, maybe 1 second a coin. You got 250 coins. So you could just see how not too long it'll take. It'll take like probably 4 or 5 minutes at most. I'm just going to do it a little bit faster than normal. Okay, boom, we found another one, ban. Did you guys see that? Right, just ban right away. It's trending above a 4-hour. Okay, so we're going to keep going. And once again, it can be on any time frame, right? It doesn't have to be, and you'll get really fast at doing this, trust me. Like really, really fast at it. So I found another, I found blue. I think I found blur. So these guys are really hot right now. But I'm just, so you would do it for all these coins. I'm not going to take up your time and do all of it. But another coin would be SEI, where I'm going to use it for demonstration purposes, okay? So SEI also ends up hitting it hard here, okay? So now that I've done, pretend I've done every single coin, I'm going to go over to my main watch list that's all trending above the 4-hour CE, okay? And now I'm going to specify, for example, I want something, oops, I was supposed to be for 7, I put it for 5 by accident. It's all right. So now I'm going to set my SLR for 5, okay? So now I'm looking out of the coins that were all trending above the 4-hour CE. They would be here now. Now I'm going to go through each of these ones. I'm going to look for ones that have a close SLR, which means that it has a, blue was on there by accident, which means that if both light up green, boom, I just found the coin that is one trending above the 4-hour chandelier exit indicator on a 7-day period. And I found one that is within 3% to the green line. The reason why you're looking for a range that's close to the green line is because at this support, it may bounce, right? It may bounce. So if you think about the price difference from here to here, right, that's about 3%. So your stop loss would be slightly lower than it, right? So then your stop loss would be very little if it's close, maybe 3 to 4%. But imagine if the price was way up there, right? If the price was way up there and it was trending above the green and you entered, well, you would exit with like a 13% loss. You don't want that, right? You really don't want that. So using this indicator, it takes a great knowledge of both ATR, average true range, and also the chandelier exit indicator. So you got to be aware of both of these very well. So you can just imagine that right now, SEI might be a great coin to long if it gets a little bit closer. Like for example, if the coin got really, really close, like we're talking about 1% SLR, and it's trending above specific time frames that I've held before. So 4-hour has held. 4-hour almost bounced there. It might just bounce again. So this would give you a really good indication that maybe I'm going to long this coin. So you would do that to every single coin, which will take about 5 minutes. And then you would find out which coins are trending the closest to the SLR. So that's just one application. I can go into hundreds of different applications that I would use it for. So another way I would use this is I would have a 4-hour time frame, okay? A 4-hour time frame like what you see right here, because I'm looking for longer term trends. But during the day when I'm day trading, I might also just go to, for example, a 30-minute chart, okay? I will go to a 30-minute chart and then I might set my parameters different. Actually, a 15-minute chart. I'm going to set my parameters to, for example, and by the way, it doesn't have to be days. You can change it to hour, you can change it to minute, or even seconds. And I'll change mine to hours, okay? So I want to find something that has been trending for over 4 hours, okay? Does that make sense? So I want to find a bullish coin that's been trending over 4 hours on the 15-minute time frame. Actually, let's go with 8 hours, okay? So you can be creative and think about what you want to do, or even 12 hours, okay? Let's just say for the day, half of a day. I'm looking for a coin on a 15-minute time frame that is trending right here, from right there. That's 12 hours on the 15-minute time frame. So I would go to my main watch list. I would go through every single coin again to see if there's a possibility of a coin. Like for example, you want to look for something like that, where a coin is trending on a 15-minute time frame, kind of like that, right? Kind of like that, because then it could explode later. And here, for example, on Bonk, you see it explode, right? From here to up there, it ended up doing like 10%. So then where's your stop loss? Your stop loss would be when it turns red again, okay? So for example, if you entered there and you exit, you still would have made 5%, right? That's a good trade, right? With a small stop loss, because your stop loss would be slightly below when you first enter. It would slightly be below right here, okay? And then you don't know where it's going to be yet, right? And you're going to ride it. The thing with the chandelier exit is that you don't know where you're going to exit until the volatility changes. But in hindsight, the RR would have been like over 4. Generally, it's a great RR when you're going for these types of trade, because if they trend, they're going to go. And you might not have even been stopped out here. Okay? It could have just kept going to the upside. So for example, now that we have it set to the 12 hours period, and we're now going to go down and look for every single coin that might be trending green above the 12-hour. Okay, and then you're going to add these ones to your watch list as, like, for example, I have a major watch list here. So I'm going to add these to my major watch list. And doing this enough times, I'm going to be able to narrow it down specifically to what coins to trade that day. So I think I'm going to end the video here. It's been 30 minutes already. People are starting to leave, and it's also Christmas Eve. I don't want to take up too much of your time. It could be I can talk about this indicator for a very long time. So after the New Year's, anybody that's in the emergency bull market survival guide, DM me. I will invite you to get this indicator. And I know for a fact that you will find coins an unbelievable amount. Right now, I'm just going through the trial phases of different applications to use it. And after that, man, it's going to be really easy to trade this bull market. Take my course, get in my Discord group, have this chandelier exit indicator, and your chances of doing well in the bull market, trading with $1 million trader, it's probably going to be a lot higher than doing it by yourself, to be honest. So bam, DM me, guys, if you want a great deal on this, and I will see you in the Discord group. Have a great Christmas Eve, everybody, and have a great rest of the holiday.